Hello, yogis. Welcome back to your mat for yet another practice of connection. Today's practice will be focusing on flexibility and suppleness of the spine, as well as creating strength in our low back. So if you have not already watched the wheel tutorial and you would like to try that today, then I highly recommend pausing this video and hopping on over to the tutorial to watch that first. If you have, then here we go. We're going to start in Hero's Pose with our shins folded beneath us. If you would like to sit on a block or a cushion, you can always widen your legs and have your sit bones supported. You might also fold something or roll something up to place beneath your ankles if the front of your ankles feels really tight. And as you feel ready and you're comfortable in your seat, let your spine grow tall. Let the crown of your head reach to the sky. And just notice if it would feel really good to make adjustments with your shoulders and your neck. If your body is calling for a little bit of movement, then find that. And then whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, find a big breath in and sigh out whatever is stressing you out. One more like that. As you're ready, close your eyes and give a little love to the top of our spine, our neck, by dropping your chin slowly to your chest. Become aware of the back of your neck and take a big inhale. Let it go. Begin to draw very slow circles in one direction, as if the crown of your head was drawing on the sky. Move slowly as if you're exploring each degree, each angle of your neck. Observe any clicking or popping at the back of your neck. Notice how as you continue to move, that popping and cracking starts to decrease. The next time your chin reaches your chest, pause. Find a big inhale to the back of your neck. Let it go. Draw your circles in the opposite direction. As you move, soften through your eyes, the muscles of your forehead and temples. Relax your jaw completely. And for our final few circles, just notice if there's a place in your neck that feels particularly tight or tense. Give yourself permission to bring a stretch into that area and linger. Send an inhale to that place. Exhale, slowly bring your chin back to your chest. One last breath into the back of your neck. Exhale, lift your head. Blink your eyes open. We're going to allow a little blood back into our legs by leaning forward and bringing our hands to the earth below our shoulders. Find a tabletop position. Spread your fingers wide, your wrists are under your shoulders, and then bring your thumbs a little bit closer together. Start to draw big circles with your shoulders around your wrists. Scrunch your fingers in towards your hands to create a little more strength in your hands and your wrists. Just notice the changing weight distribution from the tips of your fingers, the sides of your hands, and the heels of your hands. And then switch directions. Make your circle slow. One more round. And then pause in the middle. Take some of the weight off your hands and bring the back of your hands to the mat. Your fingers point towards one another. And then bend your elbows a lot. Make fists with your hands. You might even move your hands a little closer together. Squeeze as tightly as you can. Big breath in. Exhale, straighten your arms as much as possible. Inhale, bend your elbows. Exhale, straighten your arms as much as possible. 2 more. Inhale. Squeeze your fists. Exhale, straighten. 1 more. And then take the weight off your hands. Lean back. Give your hands a little shake. Roll your wrists. Find your table once again. Fingers spread really wide. Scrunch them towards your hands. Give your hips a little sway from side to side. We'll start with a little cat-cow. I invite you to close your eyes. Easy breath in, easy breath out. Inhale, let your low belly drop. Pull your chest through the gateway of your shoulders. Lift your face. Exhale, press the earth away as you round your spine. Make space between your shoulder blades. The top of your head gets heavy. Inhale, belly drops, chest and face lift. Exhale, round. Begin to move at the pace of your own breath. See if you can slow down your breath and slow your movements to match that breath. One more round. And as you move, notice if there's a place that needs any lingering. No rush. You might send a breath to that stretching place. Let your knees widen, your hands walk a tiny bit closer to the top of your mat. Your cat-cow gets a little weird as you bring a stretch into the sides of your body, your rib cage, your hips. Essentially letting your body lead you. Don't worry about how this looks, just enjoy how it feels. You might even experiment with sending your hips way back towards your heels or the front of your hips towards your hands. Squeeze your bum. Wherever you are, find one more big round of breath. Good. And then bring your knees a little closer together. They're directly below your hips once again. Hands are a little wide. You're going to pour your weight into your right knee. Inhale your left leg high. Point your toes. Squeeze your left glute. Feel that lift. Lift your heart and your gaze. Big inhale here. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, round your spine. Inhale, send it out long, lift your gaze. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, send it out long. Option to add your right hand into the mix, reach your fingers up. Exhale, everything rounds, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more, inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Send it out long, reach. Wherever you are, if it's your leg or your arm, just build strength there. Keep squeezing through your left glute. Maybe you add on by bending your left knee and sending your right fingers back to take hold of your foot. And then kick your foot into your hand, pull with your hand, look up, lift up, big breath in. Exhale with control, release your foot, bring your arm back around, and then set everything down. Good job. Give your hips a little shake. Full inhale, side out. Here we go, other side. Bring your weight into your left knee. Inhale your right leg out long, point your toes. Look up, lift your chest. Pause here, feel that squeeze in your right glute. Full breath in. Exhale, knee to nose. Round your spine. Inhale, straighten. Look up. Exhale, knee to nose.
Option to add your left hand into the mix. Inhale, lift up, look up.
Exhale, round.
Inhale, lift up.
Exhale, round.
One more time, rounding. Big breath in as you lift.
Exhale, elbow to knee.
And then straighten everything.
Good. Maybe you stay here, keep squeezing through your right glute, point your toes, or bend your right knee, reach your left fingers back to take hold of your foot. And then kick your foot up, pull with your arm, big breath in. Exhale with control, release and straighten. And then everything finds the floor. Shake it out. Send your knees nice and wide, your toes come to touch. Sit back in child's pose. Let everything get heavy. The middle of your forehead presses firmly into the mat. Your shoulders and your arms are heavy. Take a big inhale through your nose. Through your mouth, sigh it out. And then soften here. You've just created lots of strength, maybe even a little bit of tension in your low back. Reawakening some stabilizing muscles throughout your body and your core. One more inhale. Sigh it out. Really well done. Breathe in, start to rise up, walk your hands in towards your body. Coming back to your hero pose where we started our class. Give your shoulders a roll. And then with your knees nice and wide, your big toes stay touching, and if at any time you need to give your legs a break, that's okay. We're going to practice a little bit of twisting. Send your fingers out to the side of your body, big breath in, reach up, look up. As you exhale, right hand comes to your left knee, left hand comes to your low back. You might bend your elbow and reach for the front of your right hip if that's available. With every inhale, think about lengthening your spine, send your crown a little higher. Slow exhale, twist a little more. Look over your left shoulder. Use your right hand for a little more leverage. Full inhale, expand. Exhale, twist. One more big expansive breath. Imagine breathing more length into your spine. Exhale, twist. Look over your shoulder. Bring your gaze back around first and then your body. Give your shoulders a little shake, maybe a roll. And then hands come out to your side. Big inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, left hand to right knee. Right hand maybe finds your low back or reaches around for your left hip crease. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist. Big breath in. Exhale, use your left hand as leverage. Look over your right shoulder. One more, full inhale. Slow exhale. Bring your gaze back around first, and then your body. Shake out your shoulders, maybe your hands and your wrists. Good. And then again, send your hands back onto the ground, find your table. If your legs need a little bit of love, go ahead, tap your feet on the floor. Then find a little sway in your hips. Knees come together. Send your left toes back on the mat and then all the way over to the right and off your mat. Press into your left hand, look over your right shoulder back at your toes. If you need a little more, then move your left fingers forward. Keep pressing. Look over your right shoulder. Full inhale, stretch the entire left side of your body. Side out. Good, and then unwind. Palms underneath your shoulders again. Plant your left toes just straight back this time. Pour your weight into your right hand. You're gonna start to open to the left. Your left heel finds the earth. Your right leg is used as a kickstand. It can absolutely move behind you. Lift your left fingers all the way up. And then squeeze your bum to send your hips forward. Your left fingers then reach over your head. Lift your heart a little bit. Lift your gaze. Take a full inhale to the left side of your body.
Side out. One more breath in. Slow exhale as you unwind. Left hand finds the earth. Knees come back together. Give your hips a little sway. Other side. Right toes go back, and then send them all the way over to the left and off of your mat. Press into your right hand. You might even move it a little bit forward, and then look over your left shoulder. Breathe into your right side body. One more inhale. Exhale, unwind, right toes right behind you. Press into your left hand and begin to open to the right. Your back heel finds the earth. Your bent leg is your kickstand. Right fingers reach all the way up. Squeeze your bum, send your hips forward, and then reach your arm overhead. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Breathe into your right side body. Stay here for your exhale. One more big breath in. Exhale, unwind. Find your table once again. Bring your knees to touch. Walk your hands a little bit ahead of your shoulders, and then shift your shoulders way past your wrists. Fingers are spread wide and gripping the earth for a little stability. Plank pose. Off your knees, option to curl your toes under and lift your knees up. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your bum together, bring your belly button into your spine, and then slowly begin to bend into your elbows as if they're rubbing alongside your rib cage. Hover. How slow can you lower down? Feel that strength in your upper body. Big breath in. Exhale, lower all the way. Give your hips a little shake. Untuck your toes. Your palms come beneath your shoulders. Reach your elbows back. Open across your collarbones and chest. And then press the tops of your feet into the mat. Big breath in. Press your pubic bone down. Lift your chest. There's no weight in your hands. This is all strength from your bum and your low back. Maybe you even lift your palms off the mat. Full inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, lower down. Send your arms alongside your body. Give your hips a little shake. Close your eyes. Take such a large breath in that you feel a stretch all across your back body. Side out. One more like that. And then bring your gaze back through center, palms underneath your shoulders. We're going to practice baby cobra one more time. Elbows reach back, open across your chest. Tops of your feet and pubic bone press down, squeeze your bum. Inhale, lift your chest. Then lift your palms. Maybe send your arms back so that your fingers reach towards your feet. Full breath in, lift up. Exhale, slowly lower. Left ear finds the mat. Give your hips a little shake. Big breath in. Side out. Look forward. Bring your elbows beneath your shoulders. Your forearms are like train tracks. Your palms press firmly into the mat. Spread your fingers wide. And then again, press into the tops of your feet. Lift your knees. Press your pubic bone down as you squeeze your bum. Press into your elbows, forearms, and hands. Pull them towards you and pull your pubic bone towards your hands. Lift your chest, lift your gaze. Breathe in from your navel to your heart. Side out. One more breath in. Exhale, relax. You can slump through your shoulders, give your hips a little shake. Option to find one more Sphinx pose just like that. Or this time, squeeze your bum, press into the tops of your feet, pubic bone, and begin to lift your arms and elbows off the mat. If this feels comfortable on your low back, and only if, you can soften through your bum. You might widen your legs a little bit. You might even walk your hands a little bit closer towards you for full cobra. The difference between cobra and upward facing dog, is in cobra, there's no activation of your muscles. It's a very passive back bend. And in upward facing dog, you're lifting your knees off the mat. Lots of engagement through your back body and your bum. Wherever you are, find one more breath in. Exhale, slowly, slowly lower. Soften down onto the mat. Create a little pillow for one ear and give your hips a shake. Full breath in, stretch the muscles of your back body. And sigh it out. Bring your palms beneath your shoulders, press into your knees, rise up into your table first, and then widen through your knees, send your hips back towards your heels. Child's pose. Anytime that you're creating a little bit of tension in your low back by compressing into a back bend, your body enjoys folding forward essentially, basically creating more length in your low back again. So wherever you are, full breath in, sigh it out. One more just like that. And slowly begin to rise up. Hands walk into your body. Bring your knees closer together and come to stand on your knees. Curl your toes under to begin. We're going to practice something called Camel Pose. Camel Pose is not the most intense pose in terms of exerting yourself. It's also not the most intense back bend that you'll ever practice. However, it is the number one pose that people do not stay in. And it's because you're throwing your head off of your spinal cord. Your nervous system does not like that, and you get a rush of adrenaline into your body. So I really would like to encourage you to do this slowly. Give your body time to catch up to your brain, something you might hear from me a lot. So as you begin here, bring your hands to your bum, fingers point down like your hands are in your back pockets. And then widen across your chest. It's almost like someone's hooked their thumbs underneath your armpits and they're lifting you up from your armpits. Not the prettiest picture, but go with it. And then start to squeeze your bum, send your hips a little bit forward. Feel that engagement of your back body. Big breath in, lift your heart, lift your chest. You might pause here. And with each inhale, begin to lift your gaze a little more. Keep that engagement of your bum, really important to protect your low back. And then maybe you bring your head all the way back. If you find that looking back behind you impedes your breathing, then keep your chin tucked into your chest. Wherever you are, find one more big breath in. Exhale, squeeze your bum, begin to rise up. Tuck your chin into your chest, sit your hips back on your heels, pause. Close your eyes, just notice how your low back feels. If you need a little more relief than this, then walk your hands forward, find a child's pose. Wherever you are, take 2 slow and full breaths. Good. Lift your head, blink your eyes open. We're going to spend a little bit of time opening through our hips before we make our way down onto our back. So walk your hands forward, find your table, knees come together. And then with as much grace or as little as you have, no worries, step your left foot in between your hands. If you need to help it get there, that's okay. Take a moment to play. We're going to open through the front of our right hip for a moment. Just notice where you feel a little bit of tightness, maybe at the back of your left leg, definitely at the back of my left leg, maybe even at the front of your right hip. And then as you feel ready, settle with a very generous bend into your left knee. If it feels a little bit awkward to frame your foot, then you might bring your hands onto the inside of your foot. Let your hips get really heavy. Resist the urge to open your left knee just yet. Take a full breath in. And then to make this a little bit deeper, walk your hands up on top of your left knee. There's a tiny bit of engagement of your thighs here to keep stability, but let your legs be on train tracks rather than a tightrope. And then see if you can soften into your pelvis. Slowly begin to lift your chest, maybe your gaze. Breathe into the front of your right hip. Bring your hands to your hips. One more breath in. exhale, find the depth. Maybe you look back. One more inhale. With control, chin comes to chest. Look forward, lean forward, plant your hands on the mat. Very gently press firmly into your left foot, start to send your hips back. You've just done a really intense stretch at the front of your right hip. So finding a little bit of re-engagement in a joint after it's been stretched, a little bit of activation of those muscles is really important to re-stabilize that. And then slide your left knee back in line with your right, sway through your hips. You might even pause here, just notice the difference that you can feel from your left to your right hip. And then again, with as little or as much grace as you can, step your right foot in between your hands. Take a moment to play, bending and straightening. Again, noticing what feels tight or tense. Full breath in. Exhale, generous bend in your right knee. This is about stretching your front of your left hip. Maybe your hands come to the inside of your knee. Lift your chest as much as you can. Big breath in to the front of your left hip. Exhale, let it go. And then lift your hands up on top of your right thigh. Let everything get heavy. Really relaxed pelvis. Slow breath in as you begin to lift your chest. Slowly lift your gaze. Option to bring your hands to your hips, lifting your heart. Maybe eventually you lift your gaze all the way up and back. One more inhale to the front of your left hip. Exhale with control, begin to come back. Gaze lowers, hands lower. Press into the sole of your right foot. Shift your hips back. Find that engagement of the muscles around your joint once again. And then slide your right knee in line with your left. And then as you feel ready, swing your legs off to one side. Let your sit bones find the earth. Legs come out in front of your body. Make sure there's space behind you on your mat and roll down. Bend your knees. The soles of your feet come to the earth. Find a little windshield wiper of your knees. Good. Even out both sides. We'll find bridge pose. Feet under knees. It's okay if they're not perfectly under your knees. It's also okay if your fingers can't quite reach the back of your ankles, but your fingers are going to reach that way. Have your feet and your knees somewhat in line with your hips, and then begin to press into your feet, lift your hips. As you lift, walk your shoulder blades closer together. Now, option to grab the outside edges of your mat and press your upper arms down, or if it works for your shoulders and it's comfortable, then send your fingers beneath your bum to interlace and then press your upper arms down once again. Upper arms, feet, press a little harder, squeeze your bum, lift your hips as much as you can. Think about pressing into your heels to send your chest towards your chin. Good, lift up, squeeze, thighs come together. Lots of engagement of your bum and the muscles of your back body. One more inhale. Exhale, lift your heels, release your fingers one vertebra at a time, lower down. As your tailbone finds the earth, bend your knees, hug them up and into your chest. Find a little sway from left to right as you massage your sacrum on the mat, that place where your spine meets your pelvis. Sip in a little air, side out. Option to practice your bridge one more time or come up into wheel. So if you're practicing your bridge, you know where you're going. If you're practicing your wheel, it's similar. But you're gonna bring your hands right up towards the sky, your fingers, or palms rather, face towards your feet. And then bend your wrists and your fingers to the above your head, that is, depending on the way that you're facing. And then bend your elbows. Your palms are gonna reach on your mat, but your fingers point towards your feet. Resist the urge to open your elbows wide. You wanna have lots of strength in your upper body, elbows squeezed together. I like to do this from the balls of my feet rather than my heels. But you're going to press into your feet, walk your shoulder blades a little closer together, press into your palms. Maybe you lift up onto the top of your head, or maybe you lift all the way up right away. And then press into your feet. Think about sending your armpits towards your wrists. Look forward. Good. Wheel pose. A lot of opening of the front of your body. Squeeze your bum to protect your low back. Find one full inhale. Slow exhale. To come out of this, you're going to bend into your elbows, tuck your chin into your chest, lower your upper body down, and then your hips. Hug your knees up into your heart. Lots of compression that you've created in your low back, so give your knees a little squeeze. You might even bring your nose up towards your knees. Sip in a little air and sigh it out. From here, you might enjoy taking a little happy baby. Maybe you'd like to set the soles of your feet down on your mat and once again find a windshield wiper motion. Release any tension that you've created in the low back and through your hips. If you're letting your knees wash from side to side, let them pause on one side. Just feel that opening, full breath in. Side out. And then up through center, other side. Full breath in. And side out. And then bring your knees back through center. Let them knock together. Your feet are wide, your knees are together. If you experience low back discomfort, you might keep your feet, your legs just as they are. If you're ready to send them out long for our final resting pose, then let them go out long. You might reach beneath your body, separate your glutes to let your tailbone find the earth. And then widen through your legs, let your feet soften and splay open. Your shoulder blades kiss a little closer together. And then bring your hands onto your belly. Close your eyes, let your face soften and relax. Find a full inhale, feel your belly inflate. As much as you can take in, sip it all in, pause. Sigh it out. 2 more like that. Full inhale, inflate, expand, keep expanding, pause at the top. Sip in a little more air. Let it go. Last one. The biggest breath you've had the whole practice. Fill, fill, fill. Hold at the top. Open your mouth, let it go. Completely soften into your mat. You might send your arms out wide now. Become aware of all the places where the back of your body rests on the mat. Allow a heaviness to enter into these places. Soften through your forehead, your temples, your scalp. Soften through your eyes and your jaw, your neck and your shoulders. Soften through your chest and your belly, your low back and your hips, your thighs and your knees, shins, ankles, and feet. Your entire body is soft and relaxed. Please stay for as long as you can today. Let all of your practice sink in and assimilate. Namaste, yogis.